Are you unknowingly making the same mistakes that silently sabotage the lives of 97% of older adults? It's not the big things, it's the small, everyday missteps that slowly steal your happiness, health, and freedom. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover 5 surprisingly common mistakes that most people over 50 make. And more importantly, how you can avoid them. You might be shocked to find that you're already doing some of them, without even realizing it. Don't let these slip-ups quietly ruin your golden years. Stay till the end to empower yourself with habits that truly support long-term well-being. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing insights just like this. Lesson 1. Ignoring mental fitness, the silent mistake that speeds up aging. As we grow older, we're often told to eat right, stay active, and manage our medications, and that's all excellent advice. But what if we told you that the one area most older adults neglect is the one that determines the quality of their golden years more than anything else? We're talking about your brain. Yes, your mental fitness is just as important as your physical strength, yet 97% of older adults fail to give it the attention it truly needs. Mental decline doesn't usually show up overnight. It sneaks in slowly: forgotten appointments, trouble recalling names, difficulty concentrating. These aren't just normal aging. These are signs that your brain might be asking for help. The good news? You can do something about it. Starting today, your brain, much like your muscles, thrives on challenge and activity. But instead of dumbbells and treadmills, your mind needs variety, stimulation, and new experiences. Unfortunately, many older adults settle into routines that require very little cognitive effort. Watching TV for hours, scrolling on a phone, or doing the same crossword every morning may feel relaxing, but it's not enough to keep your brain truly engaged. Let's put this into perspective. Would you ever stop moving your body completely and expect your muscles to stay strong? Of course not. So why should your brain be any different? Mental fitness includes activities that push your brain to learn, adapt, and stay sharp. This can mean learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, trying new puzzles, or even something as simple as taking a different route on your daily walk. Variety and novelty matter more than difficulty. Here's something to think about. When was the last time you truly challenged your brain with something new, something that made you pause, think, or even struggle a little? That moment of discomfort is actually where growth begins. It's where new connections are built in the brain, keeping it young and resilient. Even social interaction is powerful for your mental health. Engaging in thoughtful conversations, debating opinions, or sharing stories with friends lights up areas of the brain linked to memory, logic, and emotional health. And the impact is measurable. Studies show that socially and mentally active seniors have a dramatically lower risk of cognitive decline and even Alzheimer's. Now, if you're wondering where to start, don't overthink it. Pick one mentally stimulating activity and commit to doing it consistently. You don't have to become a chess grandmaster overnight. Even 10 minutes a day can have lasting effects. Read a chapter of a book, solve a brain teaser, join a club, or challenge a friend to a trivia game. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. The brain's ability to adapt, known as neuroplasticity, doesn't vanish with age. In fact, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond, your brain can continue forming new connections and pathways. But only if you give it the chance. So here's a question you can reflect on and even answer in the comments. If you could learn any new skill or hobby right now, no matter how big or small, what would it be, and what's been stopping you? Your answer might just inspire someone else to get started too. Don't let mental stagnation rob you of your clarity, confidence, or independence. You've built a lifetime of knowledge. Now it's time to keep that brilliance alive and well. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. Lesson 2 reveals a food trap that nearly every older adult falls into, and it might just be sitting in your pantry right now. Lesson 2. Trusting healthy foods without reading labels, the sneaky diet trap that's aging you faster. You've spent decades taking care of your body. You've cut back on junk food, said no to soda, and filled your grocery cart with items labeled low-fat, sugar-free, or heart-healthy. Sounds like a great plan, right? But here's the shocking truth. Many of these so-called healthy foods are quietly doing more harm than good. Yes, 97% of older adults fall into this trap, trusting packaging over ingredients. The food industry knows what words catch your attention. They use clever marketing to make products sound healthy, even when they're full of hidden sugars, sodium, and artificial additives. And for older adults trying to eat clean, this can be especially dangerous. Take granola bars, flavored yogurts, and diet snacks, for example. They're often packed with processed sugars under different names like high-fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, or cane syrup. These hidden sugars spike your blood sugar, lead to insulin resistance, and accelerate aging from the inside out, affecting your brain, your heart, and even your skin. Then there's sodium. You may not taste it, but it's there in canned soups, low-fat dressings, frozen meals, and even so-called heart-smart cereals. Too much sodium raises blood pressure and puts a silent strain on your heart and kidneys. The worst part? You might feel like you're making healthy choices while your body pays the price. Food companies bank on one thing, that you won't flip the product around and read the label. But that's where the truth lives, not on the front, but on the back, in small print. Real food doesn't need flashy labels. Think fresh vegetables, fruits, nuts, beans, and lean proteins. These are naturally healthy, and your body recognizes them as real fuel, so why do we fall for the packaging? Partly convenience, partly trust, and partly because we've been told that aging means eating bland food from a list of medical restrictions. But eating healthy in your later years doesn't mean boring or complicated. It means getting smart about what's really in your food. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you read the ingredients list of something you buy regularly and truly understood what every item meant? If you see more than 5 ingredients, or words you can't pronounce, that might be your body's warning signal. Becoming label literate is one of the most powerful things you can do to protect your health. It gives you back control over your energy, your weight, your digestion, and even your mood. You don't need to overhaul your entire kitchen overnight. Start small, read the labels of the next 3 packaged items you eat. If they contain hidden sugars, excess salt, or long chemical names, consider switching to a simpler, whole food version next time. And here's the most empowering part: once you start recognizing the patterns, you'll never fall for the marketing tricks again. You'll become the kind of shopper who chooses with wisdom, not impulse. And that one shift can protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and add vibrant, healthy years to your life. So here's a question just for you: what's one healthy food you've trusted for years, and are now realizing might not be as clean as it seems? Share your answer and let others learn from your insight. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In Lesson 3, we'll expose the biggest physical mistake older adults make after retirement, and it's quietly weakening their entire body. Stay tuned. Lesson 3, Stopping Movement After Retirement, the hidden threat to your body's strength and freedom. Retirement is a time many people dream of: no more alarm clocks, no more meetings, and finally, a chance to relax. But while rest is essential, there's one silent mistake that nearly all older adults make during this phase of life: they stop moving. Not completely, of course, but enough to slowly lose muscle, joint flexibility, and physical confidence. It doesn't happen overnight, but over months and years, this quiet decline adds up, and the consequences are serious. After age 50, your body naturally begins to lose muscle mass at a rate of up to 1 to 2% per year. This condition, known as sarcopenia, becomes even more aggressive without regular movement. It doesn't just make you weaker, it affects your balance, your ability to get out of chairs, and even your ability to protect yourself from injury during falls. What's worse, many older adults assume this loss of strength is just a normal part of aging. But it's not. It's preventable. Here's the reality: movement is medicine. You don't need intense workouts or heavy lifting. Simple, consistent physical activity, even just walking, light stretching, or doing bodyweight exercises, can protect your independence, boost your mood, and strengthen your immune system. Unfortunately, many people slow down drastically after retirement. They go from an active lifestyle to a sedentary one filled with more TV time, sitting for hours, or simply not having a reason to get up and move. But your body is built to move, and when it doesn't, it begins to shut down parts of itself, starting with strength, then energy, and eventually even motivation. Here's something to consider: if your body is your only home, how are you taking care of it now that you've moved into a slower lifestyle? Think about how many hours a day you spend sitting. Think about whether you're moving in a way that challenges your muscles, encourages flexibility, and keeps your heart rate up, even just a little. It's not about becoming an athlete at 70 or 80. It's about protecting your freedom. The ability to walk confidently, lift your groceries, get up from the floor, or play with your grandchildren. All of that comes from daily movement. And here's a bonus: physical activity doesn't just strengthen your body, it sharpens your mind. Studies consistently show that even moderate exercise boosts memory, focus, and emotional health. Just 20 to 30 minutes of movement a day can have a massive impact on how you feel, think, and function. If you're not sure where to start, try walking for 10 minutes a day, doing light stretching before bed, or joining a senior-friendly yoga or Tai Chi class. And always listen to your body, it will tell you what feels good and what needs work. Here's a question that might help you reflect. What's one small activity you used to enjoy that involved movement, and what's stopping you from doing it again today? Whether it was gardening, dancing, or even just strolling in the park, reconnecting with joyful movement can be life-changing. Don't let retirement become a slow fade into weakness. You've worked hard your whole life, now give your body the energy and strength it deserves to fully enjoy this chapter. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In Lesson 4, we'll reveal how one overlooked emotional habit is secretly draining your health, happiness, and even your lifespan. Stay with us. Lesson 4: isolating yourself socially, the silent lifestyle mistake that hurts more than you think. As people enter their later years, it's natural for routines to shift. Children move out, co-workers drift away, and social calendars grow quieter. For some, this slower pace feels like a welcome break. But for many, it turns into something much more dangerous: isolation. And what most older adults don't realize is that loneliness isn't just an emotional struggle, it's a serious health risk. Social isolation has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, depression, cognitive decline, and even early death. In fact, some studies say that chronic loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's how powerful your social connections really are. The danger is that isolation happens slowly. It doesn't feel like a major event. Maybe a friend stops calling. Maybe you no longer attend your favorite weekly group. Maybe you tell yourself it's just easier to stay home. But over time, this withdrawal chips away at your emotional strength, your sense of purpose, and your overall well-being. You see, as humans, we are wired for connection. Being around others stimulates parts of the brain responsible for memory, empathy, language, and emotion. Social interactions, whether deep conversations or simple small talk, keep your mind agile and your mood balanced. And the older you get, the more important those interactions become. Here's the problem: many older adults believe they're too old to make new friends, try new things, or get involved in new communities. But that mindset is not only untrue, it's harmful. You are never too old to connect. Whether it's joining a walking group, volunteering, signing up for a hobby class, or just calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, each interaction adds life and joy to your day. Technology, too, offers great opportunities. Video calls, group chats, online classes, all can help you stay connected even if mobility or distance is an issue. It might feel awkward at first, but the benefits are absolutely worth it. Here's a moment of reflection. When was the last time you had a conversation that made you laugh, made you think, or made you feel truly seen? And more importantly, what can you do this week to invite more of those moments into your life? Sometimes, it's the small social gestures that open the door to bigger emotional growth. A friendly hello to a neighbor. A shared coffee with a friend. A smile at someone in the store. These little acts of connection matter far more than we give them credit for. If you've been feeling lonely, know this: you're not alone, and you're not powerless. Reaching out doesn't mean you're needy, it means you're human. And others are waiting for the same connection you are. Building or rebuilding your social life takes effort, yes, but it also brings light, laughter, support, and mental clarity. And that's something no medication can offer. So here's a question for you to reflect on and share if you feel comfortable. What's one simple way you could reconnect with someone this week, or take the first step toward building a new friendship? Your answer might just inspire someone else to do the same. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In Lesson 5, we'll dive into the emotional trap that quietly drains joy from retirement and how to reclaim a powerful sense of purpose that lights up your days. Stay tuned. Lesson 5, Living Without a Purpose, the emotional trap that slowly dims your life. Retirement is often seen as the finish line, the end of long hours, deadlines, and responsibilities. And while it may bring freedom, it can also bring an unexpected emptiness. Many older adults wake up one day and wonder, what now? Without a clear purpose, days begin to blend together. Motivation fades. And slowly, so does the spark that once made life exciting. This is one of the most underestimated mistakes older adults make, living without a strong sense of purpose. You see, human beings are not wired to drift. We are driven by meaning. Whether it's raising a family, building a career, or contributing to a community, having a reason to get out of bed in the morning fuels energy, passion, and health. Studies have even shown that older adults who feel a strong sense of purpose live longer, sleep better, and suffer less from depression and cognitive decline. But here's the catch: purpose doesn't have to be something grand or world-changing. It doesn't mean starting a business at 70 or writing a best-selling book. Purpose is personal. It could be as simple as tending to your garden, mentoring a younger person, volunteering, or working on a creative project. It's about doing something that makes you feel needed, useful, and alive. Sadly, many fall into the emotional trap of thinking, "I've done enough," or "I don't have anything left to offer." That mindset can lead to boredom, loneliness, and even illness. Because the truth is, your value doesn't disappear when your job ends, it evolves. In fact, with decades of wisdom, life experience, and perspective, older adults have more to give than ever before. The key is rediscovering what lights you up. Maybe it's helping others. Maybe it's building something with your hands. Maybe it's storytelling, painting, or guiding the next generation. Purpose isn't about being busy, it's about being fulfilled. Here's something powerful to reflect on: if you could spend your next year doing one meaningful thing, not for money, not for status, but for joy and impact, what would it be? And what's one small step you could take toward it today? It's never too late to start something new. In fact, many people discover their most fulfilling passions in the second half of life. Grandma Moses began painting in her 70s. Colonel Sanders started Kentucky Fried Chicken in his 60s. Your greatest contribution might still be ahead, but only if you believe it's possible. Purpose gives structure to your day and depth to your life. It gives you a reason to care, to connect, to grow. Without it, even the most luxurious retirement can feel hollow. With it, every day becomes an opportunity to feel alive. You don't have to find your purpose overnight. Start by exploring. Say yes to something unfamiliar. Revisit an old hobby. Join a group that aligns with your interests. Talk to others about what brings them joy. You might just catch a spark of inspiration. So here's a question for you: what's one thing you've always wanted to try or return to, and what's been holding you back? Your story could be the very encouragement someone else needs. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In the conclusion, we'll tie everything together and show you how these 5 small shifts can completely transform your future, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Don't miss the final message that could redefine the way you age. Conclusion: these 5 simple shifts can truly change everything: your energy, mindset, health, and overall happiness. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can be a time of purpose, strength, and joy. But only if we avoid these common traps and take control of our habits. Now it's your turn. Which lesson hit home the most for you? Was it about movement, food, purpose, or something else? Share your thoughts. Your experience might inspire someone else watching today. If you benefited from this video even a little, please share your feedback in the comments. Your story matters, and your comment could help someone else make a powerful change. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content.